congratulations on your new release, Showstopper. How are people finding it? Have people reached out and shared their thoughts, their feelings?
Thank you. Yeah, they have. It's been really nice over the last couple of releases with Wolves and Showstopper. I've had so many lovely reach outs from different, you know, different songs attract and call out to different kinds of people. Like Showstopper has really hit the rock and rollers, which is really nice. And I really love that.
Absolutely. And the first thing that stands out is the song title. I guess Showstopper could mean different things to different people. So, what does that mean to you in the context of this song?
Showstopper is like, baby, you're a showstopper. It's like the premise of this song is sort of about I wanted it to be a fun and kind of song with got a bit of swagger about when you're sort of stuck on someone you're in love with someone you know is not good for you, but you can't seem to shake them despite all your effort, and they become a bit of a showstopper for you. And I was just sort of playing with that idea.
Yeah. And I guess like it's a personal experience to you, but it is also a universal experience. And I'm sure a lot of people have gone through. So how do you hope people connect with this song?
I hope that they can just rock out to it and you know, um, feel that sense of release and just that lightheartedness of it, and just I wanted to write something that you could strut to. I want people to strut around their living rooms to this song, like, yeah, I'm a showstopper. Not you're a showstopper, I'm a showstopper.
Yes, and really own it. And I guess that confidence and new direction comes through as well, because you mentioned that like it's reaching new people and the rock and rollers are really getting behind it, and you may be getting new listeners that you didn't get from your previous releases.
Yeah, yeah. It's been awesome. It's the beauty of, and this record that I'm putting out next week. It's sort of got elements of all my influences and different genres that I've played over the years.
Yeah, was there any particular sounds that you were listening to when writing this song that really shaped the direction that you took?
Actually, you probably wouldn't be able to hear it, obviously, but Saint Vincent,
Okay,
Saint
yeah,
um,
that makes sense.
listening to a lot of Saint Vincent for the sort of swagger of it, and then it's also got the sort of classic. I mean, I grew up on classic rock and roll and like Led Zeppelin and bands like that. So it's sort the guitar tone we went with is sort of down that way as well.
Yeah, and all the great bands like Led Zeppelin are great. Do you feel like you will continue with this sound moving forward, or do you think it will still be a blend of this versus what we've heard from you before?
With the next album or
Yeah, like any
the
future
current one.
releases. Yeah, the current one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, because I think as all musicians and artists are transforming, with every new song and every release and every gig we play, we change and we develop more. So it's hard to say if the sound will be exactly the same. I think it's inevitable that it will be different, but I don't think I can get that out of my DNA at the same time. So I think everything's going to have an element of rock and roll to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And how does Showstopper tie into the bigger picture of the album?
Showstopper is it's a big part of the story, and it does set the mood and the tone for this particular album. Um it's close down. It's the second last track on the album. It's also the last. It tends to be the song I play as my encore and the last thing I do it live, because it lends itself for live performance, and extended. We extend the outro and we have a lot of fun with it and with the crowd as well. So uh, it's a big one, and when I sent this album around to different industry and people and peers, musicians, this has been one that probably at the start, unexpectedly to me, has been the one that people it sticks out for people as a great as the one on the record. So, that I didn't expect that in the beginning, but it's certainly been. I've had lots of great feedback on it.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, not always the songs that you expect are the ones that people connect with the most, and you might think,
Yeah.
oh, this one not as much, but then it's a fan favorite.
Yeah, yeah. You can never tell.
Yeah. And with the album, you're known for writing deeply personal songs, and that's, what songwriting is. It's that sense of vulnerability. So how do you navigate that while still protecting parts of yourself?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to that. Um, I don't know. I made it because I'm very present, and so when I started this journey 3 or so years ago, as in the journey as being an original artist who's writing songs, um, it was a really hard thing for me to actually confront the idea of having that sort of open diary kind of thing where you're directly, people suddenly have access to different parts of you or different states of mind or experience, very deeply personal experience you've had. They now sort of have access to it through your songs. But I had to confront that and just and go for it anyway, and just double down, and because I don't think you can write music genuinely from a place that isn't 100% from your heart and your life. So I tried that too, and I didn't finish anything because it wasn't true, and art has to be true. So I try to distance myself from looking too much online at reviews or anything too get too far into all of that side. I just put it out and and live as well. I try to be just fully present there in the room, and yeah, otherwise I try not to think too much about it because I would scare myself.
Yeah, and it must be really hard to avoid reviews as well because people share them. So even if you're like, I'm gonna monitor like who I follow and not follow like certain people that do reviews, like you just can't control like who's gonna share it, who's gonna like and comment. Like it's just so hit and miss now that.
And it's I you know for 99% of the time it's lovely, and people want to share how they're enjoying it or how they're proud, or it's very rarely that you get a bad thing or to look at. But I try to just, I don't know, I don't know, it's just a personal thing, like and even the good, the great, the lovely comments online, I try to not get too sucked into that either, because you can get trapped into a sense that, oh, this is all going great, everyone loves it, like you're on the right track. I'd rather just keep a uninfluenced kind of straight line through to just keep trying to better myself and on to the next thing, if that makes
Yeah, no,
sense.
that's so fair. Like totally understand. And you're
Yeah,
heading on tour shortly. How are you feeling going into this run?
I'm so excited. I can't wait to yeah, it's really getting close now, and it's been a very long time coming, and me and my very small team have sort of put the whole thing together, so I've been part of every part of the tour process, to booking it, to doing all the promo and ticketing and everything. So I feel very, very invested, and I can't wait to bring this album to. I'm going to states that I've never done headline shows in before, um, and it's just, as you can imagine, it's just very exciting.
Absolutely. What do you enjoy most about touring? Is it like connecting with the audiences? Is it like experiencing new locations?
Yeah, connecting with audiences,
Um,
and I'm like not a holidayer, so touring is like, I love touring and having those, like finding a nice cafe
yeah.
that you haven't been to before, or taking a nice drive somewhere from town to, like, town hopping around. Like that's the only kind of holidaying that I like to do. So I love all of that, and meeting the local people wherever you go, and just finding little pieces that feel like home away from home, and just being in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there a moment in this show that you're especially excited for audiences to experience? Without
Mm.
giving too much away, obviously, because we want people to go out and see it.
I don't want to give too much away, but I want to note, probably the highlight for me, and something that I'm deeply proud of, is the musicians I get to share the stage with are so skillful and so amazing. And I think that the show is very considered to build spots, moments where people can shine. The musicians on stage really get to lift the roof off the venue individually, and for the, sort of all in the with the music first, but I feel like there's just really exciting moments as a band that we get to just, put our heads back and just jump around and just create those special moments that are, usually, well, always there's a lot of improvising and off the cuff moments in the set as well, in around other things. So, um, without saying a specific thing, I would say just that in general, just the musician interplay.
Yeah, I really love and admire that emphasis on letting the other musicians have their individual moments as well.
Yeah, well, they've got it, so I may as well use it. Like they're
Yeah.
incredible skill sets. Yeah.
Absolutely. And sometimes I've gone to shows where like I only know the lead and I don't know who their band is, but sometimes I found like really cool bass players or I'm like, oh, I actually really vibe with the drummer. So it's really cool that they've got their moments and their own personality as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And lastly, what's next for you? People come to these tours and they're like, look, I really love this person. How can they continue to support your future stuff?
Well, next after this will obviously be round two and another record that I'll get to work on shortly after this one. But I'm the sort of person, I'm so in the moment, like until I get through this tour, I can't really even see where I'm going in that way up beyond this tour. But I also know from the way things have rolled out for me in the past is that the next step reveals itself in the process. So I'm sure that whatever happens on this 9 date run and with this album release will unlock the door to whatever I'm supposed to do next. But um, I can't stop creating. So there'll be there will be something very shortly after.
Amazing. Well, all the best for the tour. That's the end of my questions. Was there anything that you want to share about the upcoming album or the tour that we haven't covered today that you really want people to know?
No, just that you can via my website kathleenhalloran.com you can pre-order the album. It's out on the 8th of May. And yeah, and thank you for getting behind my little album that could.
Yes, and perfect timing too, because it's just before Mother's Day. So I mean, perfect Mother's Day gift if people are like, what do I get my mum? Get the album.
Exactly. I couldn't think of anything your mum would want more
Cool.
than
Well,
an
thank you so
unknown
much.
artist's album.
Yes. Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. All the best for it, and we'll catch you around.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.